this video, we will be going over how to find the gradient of some given lines. So this can be useful for both Key Stage 3 and for GCSE. So let's jump straight into our question. So we're asked to find the gradient of the following line. So there's one equation that you can use to find the gradient, which is the change in y over the change in x. This can be written as m is equal to, where m is our gradient, so m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the 2's and the 1's here are just a representation of which y value that we're going to take. So we have our coordinates for point A and for point B. So the coordinates for point A are -2, 7. The coordinates for point B are 4, 5. Now we're going to label our values here. So we're going to start off with our y coordinates. So the y coordinate for A will be y1, and the y coordinate for B will be y2. And in a similar sense, we're going to do it for the x coordinates as well. So for A, it will be x1, and for B, it will be x2. Now we have our values. We can now substitute them into our equation here, and we can get our gradient. So we have m is equal to, so y2, which is 5, minus, and y1, which is 7, over x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is -2. So this gives us, so 5 minus 7 is -2, and 4 minus -2 is 6. And so this simplifies down to -1/3. And so the gradient, which is m, is equal to -1/3. Now we can move on to our second line. And so let's go straight into solving this. So what we're going to do is we're going to write out our equation for the gradient. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now we're going to write out our coordinates for A and for B. So A is minus 7.5, -4. And B is minus 2.5, minus 3.5. Now we're going to label our coordinates x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now we will substitute it into our equation here. So m is equal to, so we have y2, which is minus -3.5. We have that minus -4 over, and we have x2, which is -2.5, minus -7.5. Now, if we do the calculations, we get -3.5 plus 4 over -2.5 plus 7.5. And so if we simplify it further, we get 0.5 over 5. And if we multiply our numerator and denominator by 2, we get 1 over 10. And this gives us our gradient m as 0.1. Now, for both of these questions, you always want to sense check your answer. So if the line starts off So moving from left to right, so from the negative x-coordinates to the positive x-axis, if it seems to go up, then your gradient is positive, and if it goes down, your gradient is negative. So in the first question here, we can see that the line goes down when we move from the negative x-axis to the positive x-axis, and so our gradient that we've got is negative. And for our second line here, our gradient is positive and the line moves up as it moves from the negative x-axis to the positive x-axis. As always, thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content.